You mentioned that each person must open their mental box and connect with the divine mind and seek inner truth rather than external validation.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're delving into a powerful and thought-provoking journey of freedom, philosophy, and understanding. The name of the book we're talking about today is called The Age of Ignorance. It is written by a terrific author, one of my favorite guests. His name is Dr. Michael Ritivoi Hansen, and in the book he reflects on his life after escaping communist Romania, searching for meaning beyond survival and success. This book dares readers to confront one of life's greatest questions. What does it truly mean to live with purpose and awareness in a world clouded by confusion? We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Bookside Press for helping us put him on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me once again.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Such a great honor to have you on the show once more. This book is a sequel to your book, The Message, correct?
Correct.
Tell us why you decided to write a sequel and what it focuses on.
Well, I was born in Romania, and from the very beginning I knew that the life under communism was frustrated life. I have to hide all the time. Everybody was under suspicion. The communists were very, very much concerned about their image, because their image was not great to begin with, but they claimed to be great. Now, did anybody say something else? I mean, he was in deep trouble. So I know that my father never agreed to what the communists were doing. All his friends, all intellectuals and people of so-called healthy social origin, which means coming from poor families, all of them, they became first-hand intellectuals, and all of them have them demoted. Why? They have a healthy social origin, the way they call it, but they have the something which was not appreciated at all, something very suspicious of communism, which was education. Because they got education, because they got a high degree of professionalism, because they got a lot of respect. This is what makes them suspicious to the communist system, who had everything but anything to raise them above ordinary. So to have these people who got educated, who had the high professionalism, they had something to offer to the society. And while the communists didn't have anything else but slogans. And this was suspicious. This was not good for them. And all of these people that I told about, most of them first-degree relatives, had been demoted one way or the other. The book explained how each one of them was demoted and why and how. So anyway, this is what happened to them. But I will follow my own reason, my own goals. And I got accepted in dental school. I became a dentist. And I was very successful in what I was doing. And because of my success, believe it or not, I was promoted as chief of dental services for a certain area in the country. That's fine. This was stimulating for me. I was recognized, and I did the best I could for my patients. The patients understood my concern for their well-being.
Mhm.
They are excited by my good intentions,
Mhm.
and I have a very good relationship with all of them. The problem is the chief of dental service. I have to make the dental supply for every single year. But every single year, the amount of money the government, communist government, give us for supplies were less and less,
Mm.
to the extent that we don't have money even for silver fillings, for God's
Wow.
sake, which is something basic.
Yeah.
And I found out that I couldn't fulfill my obligations toward my patients, and I feel frustrated. I felt my now I kind of got you off.
I'm here. I can hear you. You're fine.
All right.
Yep.
So because of that, I decided to emigrate, to get out of the country.
Hmm.
And I couldn't get anywhere in the country, outside of the country, because I didn't get any visa to do anything. Until my wife was also a victim of communism. She and her mother had to sleep for months under a staircase. Why? Because they confiscated their property, they confiscated their business, and they didn't give them anything instead, just because they were former wealthy.
Mm.
Anyway,
Anybody who's educated, anybody who's wealthy, anyone who rises up is targeted by the communist regime.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Suspicious on the best circumstances. Demoted. Okay, so uh, what happened? My wife didn't have anything to lose, and blackmail one of the communist officials in our district.
Mm.
What? How could she do that? I don't know.
Mm.
It was it was a lot of courage on her side to do that, but the communist officials was scared.
Mhm.
My wife said, "If you don't give us this visa to go for a trip in Istanbul," why trip in Istanbul? Istanbul was the only communist country they had a trip allow.
Mhm.
But I applied for it, but they never give me an answer. Are you accepted or you are not accepted? And I stubbornly went every single month
Mhm.
to the communist, to the Securitate headquarters to ask, do you have an answer for me or not?
Mhm.
And every single time they found similar reasonable excuses not to. No, because the comrades, whatever, he is gone, because he is not busy, because he is not here, because whatever. But after a while, my wife uh, had this blackmail in mind, and he
Mhm.
said, "Look here, if you don't give me an answer, then I go to the president of the country and complain about everything that is done in this district
Mm.
and everything you are in charge with and you don't perform."
Very bold,
So
very brave.
very brave.
Yeah.
And he was afraid. What did we know? What we do can complain about. We couldn't complain about anything because we didn't know anything. But we knew that they are not clean.
Hmm.
And they themselves knew they are not clean.
Yeah.
They do a lot of behind the scene arrangements.
Hmm.
So because they didn't know, they said, well, better let them go for God's sake for
Yeah.
1 week in Istanbul. And we got his visa. We went in Istanbul. When we went in Istanbul, we knew for sure that we are not going to return, that we are
Mm.
going to immigrate. From Istanbul, I got a ship to Italy. And in Italy, because didn't want to stay in Istanbul because in Istanbul was a communist movement. It was not that powerful, but it was something, and I didn't trust it, and I didn't want to come even close to it. So I got in Italy. In Italy, I tried to emigrate in Germany. I tried to immigrate in Switzerland. I tried to immigrate in some countries, and every single one said no for certain reasons. Now, I was not the type of person to set over there illegally. Get in country, don't get out anymore. You don't want me? All right, I'm leaving. And I try other countries. Among other countries I tried was the United States. The medical doctor for United States told me, don't go United States. Go, for example, in South Africa. Over there, the doctors are living wonderfully. But I said, well, I cannot. I signed an appeal for human rights in Romania. I cannot go in South Africa where there are no human rights. I cannot do that. So I decided to go to the United States, even if I was not encouraged to do that, but I did it. And I got an interview at the U.S. Embassy in Vienna, and they accepted me. So by the time I went to the United States, I already had a green card. Okay, so once I got in the United States, I have to get my diploma because to get my degree accredited, because otherwise I couldn't practice, I couldn't do anything.
You need a dental license.
I need a dental license.
Yeah.
So I didn't speak English.
Yeah.
And I started to, I got a book, a Romanian book, Learn English Without a Teacher.
Wow.
This is the name of the book. So I tried to learn as much as I could. And also, what I couldn't learn from the book, I learned from trying to talk with people around. So slowly, I got the first test I went to. It was a multiple choice. For that test, I have to understand the choices in order to know which one to check. So in order to understand the choices, I have to know the translation of the words. So I took a small Romanian English dictionary with me. So the professor who was overlooking the exam room, he came to see what the heck I'm doing with that book next to me, until he found out that it's nothing else but a dictionary, and they let me use it. And believe it or not, I passed the test.
Wow.
And then I passed every single test after that. I didn't I didn't miss anyone. Every single one. At the very first attempt, I passed. I know my profession, and I know what to say. I know what to do. Just
The language.
the language is the only problem, but I manage. So in about a year and a half, I got my diploma. How did I get my diploma? Of course, I started to try to study the American books, see how they say about this and that and the other. But also I needed to provide for my family. We needed food, we needed rent, we needed everything. So what I did, I became a janitor, cleaning offices in the morning. In the middle of the day, I was dressing up and going and looking for new jobs as a janitor. And then coming back home and have another round of preparation for the test. And then in the evening, I was getting my vacuum cleaner and doing the janitorial jobs here and there and everywhere. So this was my lifestyle, which was not that difficult, truly. and it fit my purpose.
Hmm.
This is how I managed to pass all the tests, and I
Yeah.
passed them successfully with no failure. By the time I got all the accreditations, I have even a certain amount of money that allow me the next day after I got my license to look and rent an office space somewhere in California.
Hmm.
So I rented the place, who became my dental office for the next about 30 years.
Wow.
And that office was, in that office, an American dentist couldn't make it and he abandoned it.
Hmm.
I knew that he didn't make it, but really I didn't care that much. And I put all my attention into it and slowly get off the ground and became a successful business.
Hmm.
So this is my beginning in the United States.
Yeah. Hard work, determination, perseverance, it all got you through some tough times. And your practice lasted 30 years at that location. That's pretty amazing. This book is called,
Altogether,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
according on the top of the year I practiced in Romania, I was practicing dentist for about 50 years altogether.
Hmm.
Very long career for
Yeah,
a medical dentist,
yeah,
but it was good.
Yes.
I was successful,
And you're not
very happy. I love every single moment of it. I didn't make a lot of money, but I make enough to have a living and to
enjoy life.
enjoy life, cover
yeah,
my necessities.
absolutely, absolutely. This book is called The Age of Ignorance. Why did you call the book that?
Well, what is ignorance, for God's sake? What we mean for ignorance is the human belief that we are physical beings due to our reliance on our physical senses.
Mhm.
If physical senses detect certain things, those things are real, isn't it? So our physicality is real, our physical bodies are real.
Mhm.
But are they? Are we physical bodies? Why do we die after 90 years of living? Why? Because we are not good enough for eternity.
Hmm.
And I started basically at the time when I was still a janitor. I was carrying one night 2 bags full of debris. I clean a movie theater.
Mhm.
So in the middle of the night, I was carrying on those heavy bags on my back, and going to the
Trash.
dumper, to the trash to throw them away.
Mhm.
And I was looking at the dark sky, and I asked myself, will I ever be able with these dirty hands,
Hmm.
so much janitorial work put on them, will I ever be able to do the fine and subtle dental work again?
Hmm.
And at that moment, I heard a voice. Can you believe that? I'm not a nut, but really, this is what happened. I heard a voice really loud and clear who said, "This is a this quotation. This is a choice. You have it now.
Chance.
The chance you have now. Use it."
Hmm.
That's it. Nothing more than that. So then I said, well, if I think straight, cleaning up for what everybody else is dirting is basically a holy job.
Yeah.
And this gave me a motivation to keep going all the way until I got my dental office. And even for a couple of weeks after I got the office, when I finally started to have some money from the office itself.
Hmm.
So, um, why?
Why is it called ignorance?
Why is called it ignorance? Ignorance is because life is so much more than a physical body who is not able to live more than 90 years.
Hmm.
What is the eternal life? Is life eternal or it is not? And it is. Well,
Hmm.
if it is eternal, you have to offer something eternal.
Yeah. So we have to move beyond our physical limitations and move more into a spiritual realm because the
Correct.
nature of God and creation is spiritual, correct?
Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And well, this one of the first thing I did when I came in United States, I got a Romanian Bible. I never read the Bible before,
Mhm.
so I wrote this Bible. I read this Bible, and it was very exciting. Truly, I like it. But then I was still left with some question marks, and I
Mhm.
started to read it again. And when I read it the second time around, this question started to be even more powerful in my mind. So then I started to investigate and find out what is spirituality. How spiritual are we? Where is our spiritual selves? Where is the spiritual Michael other than within this body? I figured out that the physical Michael is outside the body. I am only using the body for the purpose of surviving in this environment. But basically, I am more than that.
Mhm.
And everybody
Exactly.
else is more than that.
In the book, you mentioned that the age of ignorance began when mankind chose independence from God, prioritizing physical life and ego over spiritual truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, ego is me, is not
Mhm.
me. This body is not us. We are the spirit occupying this body and using it for the purpose of living the way we decided to live right here.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, life is eternal.
Yeah.
Life doesn't have a beginning, it doesn't have an end. I mean, a beginning is when God created it, but once God created
Mhm.
us after this model, uh, we are as eternal as God Himself is.
Mhm.
God created us. Why did God create us? Created us in order to establish a dialogue. He
Mhm.
didn't want to be alone in this immensity. He wanted to have people to be able to exchange with. And the people, in order to exchange with them, these people are supposed to have a certain mental ability, a certain understanding,
Mhm.
a certain um, holiness of themselves. Where is holiness coming from? It's coming from the God who created us as holy as He is,
Mhm. Yeah.
and be able to exchange from equal to equal.
In the book, you mentioned that each person must open their mental box and connect with the divine mind and seek inner truth rather than external validation or material comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This mental box, it was a big point for me because is we acquire here on earth a certain understanding of reality. And all this understanding, all the explanations we have, all the motivations, all the reasons, all the dreams, and everything else is put in a mental box.
Mhm.
And this mental box is our opinion about everything, but it's not our opinion that matters. It
Yeah.
is the truth that matters. What is the truth? Well, the truth is totally different.
Mhm.
I gave a good example with love. What is love? We have two kinds of love. It's a human love and it's eternal love.
Mhm.
The human love is basically what I call it in the book physical love, because this is limited to one person. You love a person, you marry her, and this is it. This is your love. which lasts for as long as it lasts, you know.
Yeah.
But basically, love, as God gave it to us, is love for every single creation of God, including God Himself.
Hmm.
You love everybody, you don't love one, you love them all. And you call it eternal or uh,
And basically, it's Jesus's authentic message of love.
correct.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. And Jesus is a model of the truth, according to your writings. He lived a perfect spiritual life within a physical body. He demonstrated humanity's potential to achieve divine understanding through love, truth, and awareness.
Correct.
Yeah,
Awareness of the truth, yes.
yeah. So it's so important that we not forget the central part of our life is our devotion and our love of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jesus came, as a matter of fact, on earth not to pay for our sins, not to forgive us, not to do any such a thing. He came for the only purpose of teaching us the truth.
Hmm.
This is the only purpose that Jesus had. Told us what life is.
Yeah.
He brought people back from death.
Mm.
Now, we all believe that is a miracle. It is not a miracle at all. A miracle, as a matter of fact, is the correction of a misperception. We call it miracle because it seems to be miraculous to us. But for Jesus, it's nothing miraculous. That person exists somewhere, brought that person back here on earth next to his parents and his brothers.
Mm.
This
Yeah.
is not a miracle. It's the same person who was before, it just changed the address.
Return to his perfection.
So, yeah, so Jesus wants us to understand what the truth is.
Yeah. Your book also offers a critique of both communism and materialism because both systems reflect human ignorance, focusing on physical possessions and control instead of spiritual growth and fairness, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I explain over there in as detailed as I could, both physicality and communism and uh, the beliefs, the
Mhm.
religion,
Yeah.
believing that what God is, what God wants. I
It's,
explained this as clear as I could. And I believe I did a good job, at least for my standards.
yeah. Well, this book is really amazing. Also, you touch upon personal responsibility and choice, that salvation and enlightenment are achieved through conscious personal effort, changing the quality of your thoughts, your actions, and not through blind faith or just external forgiveness.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's correct.
yeah,
The as I can, forgiveness basically is a correction of our mind. If we bring our mind to the straight line, this is a miracle.
yeah.
But as a
It's,
matter of fact, it's a correction, it's nothing else. God doesn't work through exceptions. This
yeah.
is not an exception. This is something was created from the day one.
Hmm.
But we misplaced, we misjudged, we avoided it.
Hmm. Yeah,
So that make us big us right in the on the right trajectory, and this is what we call miracle.
yeah. Love is the path to perfection in your book. That's something you point out as well, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about that.
About the perfection.
Yeah.
Well, the perfection is understanding the life the way it is. Uh, God based everything on love. Love is a right connection between people, and
Hmm.
the right connection between us and God, and between the God and us.
Hmm.
Love is the way to success. Love is the way we find peace and happiness and openness.
Yeah. Well, you've written a beautiful book here, Doctor. The name of the book is The Age of Ignorance. In it, the doctor reflects on his life after escaping communist Romania, searching for meaning beyond survival and success. And this book dares readers to confront one of life's greatest questions, rather. What does it truly mean to live with purpose and awareness in a world that's often clouded by confusion? There's a lot of great heartfelt moments in this book. It'll renew your faith. It'll get your mind thinking correctly on the path towards eternity. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk.
I appreciate your insight, your wisdom, your wonderful faith in this beautiful book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.